Hi everyone. How are y'all doing? Hi Derpy. Hi Femi. I hope you're having a wonderful Monday. Thank you for the hydrate and thank you for the lurk. Where's my water? There it is. You can rage all you want, Femi. You're still getting shoutouts. Hi, Miss Beak. Oh no, you opened the second bag of chips. That's dangerous. You should have just saved it. We should have saved it for the next time we do stuff. Now it's gonna be half gone, and the next time we open it, it's gonna be all gone. They're too good. I know, I know. They're the for for the rest of you, they're those Hawaiian kettle chips, and it's the Maui onion flavor. They're so good. They were on sale, but they're still kind of pricey, especially when we go through them in like 2 sittings. Hi, Rain. How are you doing? It's good to see all of you. Don't forget your nice list. Redeems everyone. We've got like 30 seconds to go, and then we'll pull you guys in. I'm kind of sorry, I was stretching. I'm kind of feeling lazy today. I'm in a pretty good mood though, cuz I got settled in with the new doctor today. All right, 5 seconds to go. My gosh, hi Warby. Ad is all done. Let's bring you guys in. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. It's so good to see all of you. We're doing a cozy Christmas stream today. We'll do some like ASMR stuff. Someone bought me raccoon plushies and it's very cute. Aw, you need to give us a picture. Put a picture in Discord. Unbeatable releases. Wait, is Unbeatable the rhythm game where like music is outlawed and it's like this kind of punk girl fighting cops and stuff? I want to play that. It looks like a lot of fun. I was kind of unsure at first. Oh my gosh, yeah, I forgot, Rain. It's Crickmas. It's not Christmas. Christmas. Christmas has some, religious barriers. Crickmas is for everyone. At this point, though, Christmas really is, I think, for more people than not, a very secular holiday. Like, most of the people I know who celebrate it don't do it for any religious reasons. They just they do it for, you know, just it's a nice time. Hi Do, hi Warby, hi Pie Man. Oh my gosh, hi Reborn. It's good to see all of you. How are you all doing? I hope you're having the birth of Cricket. Yes, yes, it's not Jesus's birthday anymore. It's my birthday. That's so funny. Is this the fabled not test version of the Christmas outfit? Um I don't want to answer that, Derpy. I was gonna. Okay, here's the thing, you guys. I was I was totally gonna upload the proper version today, but I had a doctor's appointment, and so I did the doctor's appointment, and then I got home. I ate something, and then I started getting ready for stream. So, no, this is not the not test version. Been waiting 7 years. The demo is so good. Yeah, I was watching Dram playing the demo the other day. I had completely forgot about it, honestly. Chat hug? Of course. I love giving you guys chat hugs. Mwah. I'm really looking forward to this stream. I'm really looking forward to just having some cozy time with you. Something maybe resembling ASMR. Like right now I'm standing and moving around, but I think in a little while we'll stabilize the camera. We'll sit down. There's a nice couch right here. So maybe we'll sit there and then we'll just do some ASMR and yap and stuff. Hi, Langy. It's good to see you. Mwah. Also, aren't those Christmas lights around your stomach uncomfortable? A little bit, but it got all tangled and I couldn't untangle myself, so I had to cut them. The fact that they still light up is really a miracle, a Christmas miracle, if you will. I mean, who up jingling the bells? That sounds so bad, Rain. Think of it this way. I don't remember Santa Claus being in the Bible, because Santa Claus is an eldritch god. I've talked about this before on stream, you guys, but I'm gonna bring it up again. So, to me, the downfall of Santa very much correlates with my loss of my complete loss of faith in religion stuff. Let's start at the beginning though. Hello, Sari. If that's how you pronounce it, thank you for popping in. We are not letting people join today. Also though, like most, just for when you go into other places, most people probably aren't gonna let new viewers in. Like sometimes they will, but it's very risky for a streamer to let in people they don't know. But I hope you can enjoy the vibes at your computer. If not, I hope you can find someone who you can join. Mwah. Hi Ditto, hi Goji, how are you doing? My gosh, I don't think we've seen you for a while, Gojira. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I do get Gojira and Gojirasaurus mixed up sometimes. I call both of them Goji, so sometimes I forget who's been here. Hi, Fan. How are you doing today? You don't want us there? Wise idea. We would eat all the snacks. Actually, I don't think I see any snacks. Like, there's a kitchen over there, but there doesn't seem to be any food. Hi, Athena. How are you doing? Are you going to work today? Good playing Star Rail. I've never played it. I know a lot of people are into it, though. $2? Oh, that sucks. Honestly, 2 hours kind of starts to be the time where I don't feel like I can do anything, so I end up just waiting to go into work. That's one of the reasons I like I like going into work early because I can just do it and get it over with. Oh, right. I was going to tell you guys about basically my life with Santa. So, um, I I was a huge Santa person, and if you have any kitties around, which I'm not expecting to, but if you have any kitties, make them scarce. um, so like, with Santa, I put way more faith in Santa than I did in any sort of deity. Just got back into it. It's been like over a year since you played last. Oh my gosh, how is it? Are you getting back into it pretty easily? Hi, Negative. It's good to see you again. Mwah. Guess who's back? Yeah, I'm glad to see you back. I'm glad to see you. Um so yeah, I believed in Santa way more than I believed in any sort of, actual religious deity. And as I got older, the other kids started saying like, "Oh, there's no Santa and stuff." And I held on to my Santa faith way more than I probably should have. I think I know where it's going. Like, you know, I it's very appealing, isn't it? The idea of someone who's actually gonna reward us for being good people and, punish others for being bad. And it's not like, it's not like sending someone to hell for their mistakes. It's giving them coal so at least they can still warm their houses. Like Santa is and was everything that I felt a good God should be. So I was very faithful to Santa. Um, I was never really a religious kid, though. I wasn't. That candy cane, please. Hi, Tequila. Okay, here, you can have a lick of my candy cane. Mwah. Oh my gosh, thank you guys for the streaks. Athena, I don't know why the urge to be like Elf. Santa, OMG. Hi, dog. How are you doing? Thank you for 5 streams. Um, I wasn't raised in any particular religion. Um, but I was around a lot of kids who were raised Christian. And so the way I kind of grew up, I thought that it was just, you know, a given that God is real and all that stuff. Like I never questioned it because so many kids around me just talked like it was just talked like, yeah, God's real. Everyone knows that. So when I started like doubting things or being like, I don't know, like this is weird. Do you actually I found out, people don't know this stuff. It's just their belief. And I moved into the like agnostic atheist area. And I struggled a long time with I thought I couldn't be both atheist and agnostic. And I was like, well, why not? Like, they deal in different things. Um, But yeah, eventually that was a philosophical, thing that had to go on in my mind. But as far as just belief in God, like, it just kept going down and down. And even when, like, deep down like I knew Santa was done. I never had like a talk with my parents, and so like, I was like 13, 14, and I was still like trying to just ignore everything. Like, deep down I knew it, but as long as it wasn't blatantly said, I could still you know, look away and pretend. Like I would see all the signs, but I didn't want to believe it. I wanted to believe that there was this paragon of moral good who was doing the impossible, who was proving that magic exists, all that stuff. Pie Man, you remember the day it happened to you? Oh, I'm sorry, Pie Man. I'd love to hear about it if you want to talk about it. Oh, hi, Super. Thank you, thank you. You guys are the cute ones, though. Boop. Here, let's stop it moving around. Where was I? Right. So, I was like 13, 14, still being like, nope, Santa's coming. And eventually, it just became undeniable. I couldn't pretend anymore. And that was very sad. And to me, it was like, okay, Santa is tangible, right? Like, we go to sleep, we see the presents the next day. Like, we know that he's rewarding the quote unquote faithful. We know he's rewarding the good kids. We know he's rewarding the good people. But, we don't see any quote unquote tangible stuff from God. Like, I know I'm not saying like you shouldn't have any faith. That's not what I'm getting at all. This is just my journey. And you could say like, the trees, the sky, all the stuff around you is proof of God, but that's still less of a concrete thing than Santa. To me, Santa was this was proof. This was showing that magic and goodness truly exists. So when I couldn't even pretend anymore that Santa was true, I didn't see any reason why I should believe in any other deity. Like, I didn't, if the most tangible God, quote unquote, didn't exist, why should any others? And so that's what really led to me, like, completely moving into the atheistic mindset. And even now, even not believing in any religious deity, I still want to believe in things. Sure, I'm more skeptical about stuff. I think one of the common misconceptions about atheists is that they hate religion or hate God. And sure, there are those who do. I've met plenty of atheists who hate on religion in general. I'm gonna I'm going to catch up on chat a bit because I've just kind of been rambling. Pie Man. I mean, to be honest, it's kind of word for word exactly how it happened for you. Oh, it sucks, right, Pie Man? I'm sorry. Chat hug. Of course, negative. Let's do a chat hug. Scuba says hi and that you're a cute dork. Shouldn't Scuba be telling me himself? He's my mod. But he's cute too, and just as much of a dork. Scuba also says you won't have to read this by the time he's... I'm not that behind. I'm only a little behind, you guys. Hi, Toast. Hi, Murloc. How are you all doing? Love you too, Toast. Celebrating my streak by playing Ooh, what are you playing? What are you playing, Super? Is the music okay, you guys? I know it's a quieter playlist, but I can turn it up if you guys want. Rain, you had the same kind of path where once I realized Santa wasn't real, God kind of went at the same time. The more I talk to people about it, the more I kind of see that it does that for a lot of people. Maybe not most people, but like for a lot of kids and a lot of people in general, but specifically kids here, kids want to see that there's that sort of security in the world. We all want to have a little bit of security. We want to know that, and I think that's part of why religion is appealing to a lot of people. We want to know that our good deeds are going to be rewarded. And, that's not to diminish any sort of good Samaritanism. Like, you can get into the debate of whether anyone truly is a good Samaritan. Like, that's a whole discussion that I would actually love to talk with you guys about. You know what? We're just gonna do it. We're gonna ramble. We're gonna see wherever this conversation goes, and I'm gonna try and keep up with chat as much as I can. Rain, you don't hate religion, but you do hate a lot of what comes from it. Exactly. I think religion can be a wonderful thing for some people. Some people find true happiness with guidance from religion. Religion itself is not inherently bad, or perhaps faith in a higher being. Organized religion, you get kind of iffy. Believing in a religion versus believing in the church. I think that's a big distinction. And no matter what sort of mindset you have, like whether it's religion or a philosophical belief and stuff like that, I don't think you ever want to be too rigid. You always want to leave yourself open for change and leave yourself open to learn and find new things. Okay, I'm going to turn the music up a bit because it's very quiet. Oh, maybe it was just that song. Okay, maybe I'll just turn it up for you guys. Okay, let me know if it gets too loud or anything. Hi, Iro. We run in those agnostic vibes. In my opinion, everybody should be agnostic because no one truly knows any of this stuff. Like, I am a very hardcore, I guess you could say, both skeptic and agnostic. Like, even though I want to believe in so much stuff and I am willing to trust a lot of people, I truly don't believe in our knowledge to know anything. Like, truly know, like knowledge with a capital K, truth with a capital T. I don't think any of us can truly know that stuff. Does that mean I'm right? Of course not. I don't know. That's just what I think. And the one thing that has given me trouble with that line of thought was, I think, therefore I am. No matter how much I thought on that, I was like, I think that could be the one thing that I can truly know. But after kind of racking my brain, trying to see if there was a way that, that couldn't be true, I came to the conclusion it doesn't matter if I know if it can be untrue. The fact is, like, our intelligence is fallible. So just because I can't figure out an instance where that statement is not true, it doesn't mean it is true. And, it's a lot of semantics and stuff. A lot of philosophy is. But, like, I kind of hold on to that. I don't truly believe in the human ability, at least, to know anything. I'm getting like so off on so many tangents, you guys. Derpy, the closest definition I can find to my belief is agnostic theist. I do believe that there is a God out there. However, while I respect religions and have no problem with them, I don't think it's our place to define God. I think that's a great way to look at it. Like, for me, I have dabbled, some of you know I've dabbled in some pagan stuff, and I do identify currently, even if I'm not super active with my practice, I do identify as a neo-pagan. And, I do some modern witchcraft. That's not to say I'm going out and like, burning pentagrams in the woods, nothing like that. But like little rituals, little spells, like even if I don't believe in their supernatural power, I think the practice of them does a lot in bettering ourselves and fostering self-reflection. Just like with tarot, I haven't done a tarot reading for myself in a long time, but when I do, it's like an introspective conversation with the cards. But the way I see it is, if there is, a higher power, if there is a God, it's gonna be something that's indistinguishable from the world around us. It's gonna be nature itself. It's gonna be the universe. It's gonna be all these things working together. That's what I think anyway. And so that's kind of my approach with my pagan beliefs is, it's not so much me worshiping a deity, it's a deification of nature and paying respect to the world around us. And I think that's the best way to approach religion, bettering ourselves and bettering the world around us. Sorry, catching up on chat a little bit here. The good deeds are the reward. Exactly, the good deeds are the reward. That's the true Good Samaritan mentality. The question, though, in whether you can truly be selfless is, even if you don't get a physical, tangible reward for doing a good deed, odds are you're still getting a good feeling. You're getting a feeling of perhaps accomplishment, or, it maybe some people, it makes them feel better than those around them. Not what you really want from a good Samaritan, but it is what it is. But yeah, if you're getting that good feeling, isn't that motivating you to do good deeds further? And so aren't you still getting a reward? That's the line of thought that makes us wonder if one can truly be selfless. And I do think there's selflessness out there. I think people truly can be good Samaritans because we don't always get those good feelings. Like, maybe we do it with the hope of getting that rewarding feeling. But sometimes we do nice things just without thought. Like, maybe you hold a door open for someone. Maybe it's because you're just used to it. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you hold that door because it's just so ingrained to you, it's just muscle memory. Or maybe you do hold that door because, deep down you're thinking, oh, this person's really going to appreciate it and that makes me feel good. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe instead of positive reinforcement, maybe you're trying to avoid, what would it be? Positive punishment? No, it'd be negative reinforcement, right? No. Is negative reinforcement where you reinforce a behavior by taking something away? So it would be positive punishment, I think. You're trying to avoid a bad feeling. Maybe if you don't hold the door open, you're going to get this bad feeling. It's been so long since I studied that stuff. But yeah, maybe the closest thing to selflessness, I think, is apathy. And that's kind of a pessimistic way to look at it, isn't it? But if we do a good deed while we really just don't care, we just, do it just 'cause, like, it's easy, it's just what we happen to do. That's the closest thing I can think of to selflessness. Thank you for the hydrate, breathe, and chat hug. I know I'm getting more and more behind. You know a guy who does hilarious baptism in VRC? Like, are they serious baptisms or are they meant for humor, Warby? Okay, let's do the hydrate first. Would love to sit with coffee and discuss this with you. Oh, yeah. No, super. I love discussing philosophical beliefs. I'm not good at remembering all, like, the philosophers' names or the concepts' names and stuff, but I love discussing philosophy. I need to catch up on chat here so we can actually have a proper discussion and it's not just me rambling at you guys. So let me try to do that real quick. Okay, let's do a quick breathe. Langy, you got strong opinions on this, but the filter down to faith is good. Religion outdated and bad, but I'm just a silly little lang. I think there might have been some time I didn't understand all of that. There we go. Shark, you're very atheist. Wow. I don't know why I called you Shark. Toast. You're very atheist. I respect religion and you believe what you want. I just don't want you to make me believe what you do. Exactly, exactly. We should never push our beliefs on people. You know, the caveat with that is like, you know, if you're if you're hurting someone with your belief even passively, then you know there's going to be some pushback. You're going to have people pushing their beliefs on you to kind of put a stop to the harm that you're doing. But no one should make you believe a religion if you don't believe one. Exactly, exactly. And I got to experience that firsthand. In junior high, I went to school with a minister's son, and when he found out that I was agnostic and leaning atheist, oh my gosh, there was a period of time where he was just relentless. He was constantly trying to like convert me and, you know, question things that I believed in. Because, like, at the time, I believed in a lot of stuff. Like, you know, I was very into ghosts, aliens, cryptids, all sorts of paranormal phenomena. And, you know, he was like just very, very relentless in trying to convert me. So that's not the way. That's not the way to convince people, and we shouldn't try to convince people. I know there's a lot of religious people, and not just talking about Christians here, but multiple religions, where they feel like they're doing something good by saving you from eternal damnation, for example. And so in their minds, they're doing something good. And that's where things get kind of messy. Like, how do you convince someone not to get involved when they think that it's ultimately doing good? Super, you're non-denominational universalist. I believe whatever power, whatever... Oh, excuse me, I need to sneeze. It went away. It'll probably come back later, or I'll just be suffering for a while. You believe whatever power, whatever it may be, is beyond what we comprehend. So we determine it as best we can, and this is how we get separated beliefs that contain basic core principles, just in a different way. So in order to understand the whole, we must learn and embrace the different faiths in order to find the true message. So you listen, learn, and embrace the view of other faith to strengthen your own and share. I kind of like that. I like how open that is, and that's in a way kind of the way I approach my pagan practices. Like, I started trying to follow like Wiccan stuff, and then I kind of just started like picking and choosing elements that I thought best helped me interact and commune with the world around me. And I don't think if, you know, if religion is onto something, if there is a supreme being out there, I don't think any one religion is gonna have all the right answers. Like, you know, some are gonna be right here, some are gonna be right there, just like you're saying. So I think if you're going down a religious route, I feel like that's one of the best ways you can do it. Selvin, you're also atheist and feel similarly to Toast. Yeah, I mean, nobody should have their personal beliefs pushed like that. Again, unless unless your personal beliefs are actively harming someone. You hear your name. Oh, negative. Was I talking about like punishment and reinforcement? Rain. I think the closest thing to a supernatural belief I have is just the idea that energies exist that we can't perceive. Like when you go into a room and it has a specific vibe, I believe that it's not just a psychological thing and there are wavelengths at play that we're not able to quantify. That's totally possible. There is still so much about the world that we don't understand. Like, I am not I'm not good with like physics and stuff. I'm not smart about that at all. So correct me if I'm wrong, if any of you know that. But there have been multiple times where we thought we found the smallest unit of matter, or I don't know what the proper wording for it would be, but like, you know, we think like an atom or whatever. I'm not saying that's accurate, just for the sake of whatever. Like, you know, we find an atom and we think, oh, this is the smallest thing in existence. And then we later, like years or whatever, we find another piece of matter that's even smaller. And so, you know, we think we know things only to be proven wrong. And so there definitely could be these wavelengths that we just have not had the ability to detect for whatever reason. Like, we should never assume that we know everything. There's always more out there for us to learn. And ooh, another good example is like the freaking dinosaurs and stuff. You know, like there are so many more creatures that have lived in the past. Like we only know about a small portion of them because the conditions for fossilization are so specific that, you know, it's just not reasonable that that would preserve everything. There are entire species of dinosaurs that we will never know because they just weren't in conditions for fossilization. Excuse me, I need to blow my nose real quick. I'm sorry, this is turning into less ASMR and more cozy yapping, but I hope you guys are enjoying yourself. I certainly am. I love talking about this stuff with you guys. All right, let me mute real quick. Oh my gosh, Hatsune Miku Brazil. Hello. If you're still here, I'm probably going to find a lot of people in chat who pop in to say hi and then leave before I get the message. Oh, you did just pop in, it looks like. But if you're still here, it's good to see you. Salve, te amo. Oh, te amo también. Negative reinforcement is punishing someone for the bad outcome. Okay, yeah, so reinforcement is giving something, introducing something. Wait, no. Reinforcement is encouraging an outcome, and punishment is discouraging an outcome. And then the positive and negative comes in whether you're giving something or taking something away. So negative reinforcement is reinforcing a behavior by taking something away. Isn't that right? Am I mistaken? Salvin, due to me being more related to science work, I tend to shut away religion because my logical mind, but hey, if you want to believe in something, no problem with me, just don't force it on others. I think most religious scientists tend to go with like the clockwinder belief, where I think a lot of those religious scientists, they feel like if there is a God, he set things, or they, it, whatever, set things in motion and then just left it. Like, I don't think there's very many religious scientists who believe that, some guy in a white beard is up in the sky listening to everything. And I know that's very much a trivialization of religious beliefs, but just for the sake of example. Sorry, I'm trying to speed through some of this here. Selvin, now do I love mysticism and mythology? Yes, I'm very interested in any life form, be it real or not. That's just because I love animals. Yeah, and cryptids, for example. We've encountered cryptids that turned out to be true, like the Tasmanian tiger. I think that was one of them, right? That was one of the ones that was not believed to be real, and then we found it. Live and let live. Exactly, dog, exactly. That's how we should all live our lives. Once again, with our caveat, so long as you're not interfering with anyone else's ability to do the same. Hi, Halo. I'm sorry it took me so long to get to you. I'm a little behind in chat. I hope you're doing well. Eternal Damnation is fun. I've been rolling on the throne down here for ages. I'm sure you have, Athena. I'm sure you have. Maybe mysticism wasn't the right word I wanted to use, just mythology. Both are very interesting. Mysticism, I think mysticism is nice because it blends a bit of philosophy and religion with just straight up magic. It's one of the reasons I was drawn to paganism and witchcraft, because even if I didn't believe this stuff, it's nice to have a little magic in our lives. It's nice to... Here's an example. So, certain smells have been proven to, have different effects on us. Like, take lavender, for instance. It's been shown in studies to have a calming effect, and it can be bad sometimes. Like, if you're already depressed, a lavender candle might not be the way to go, because it's gonna drop you lower. If that depression is tied with anxiety, though, like maybe that lavender candle is going to do better because it brings down the anxiety. So, like, even if that candle is calming you down because of some physiological or chemical or whatever reaction, it's nice to treat it more as a magical ritual. We want to have a little bit of magic. So like, maybe it just brightens your mood if you light a ritual candle and drop some lavender essential oil on it to help spread the scent. It's kind of just a personal thing. I wanted a little bit of that magic in my life, so that's why I started looking at witchcraft and paganism. Warby, your auntie is very religious because it helped her get through a severe illness. That's another thing. If we're going through a hard part in our life, it's comforting, and it could give us courage to get through that rough time if we believe that someone or something has our back. If we believe that we're going to have some karmic retribution for all the good deeds and that's going to help us get through this, it's nice to believe that. And if it helps you get through, go for it. That's another reason why I went to the pagan stuff. I needed something more in my life. I felt like I wasn't able to do everything on my own. And in the end, I can't say I did because I have support all around me. But, I didn't do it with the help of a supernatural, religious, or ritual candle. Hi, Wolfie. How are you doing? Here is both your hug and the chat hug. I love giving you guys hugs. Aw, 10 streams. Thank you, Wolfie. Avoid damnation. May run into too many hot and cute people. I mean, if it's as hot as they say down there, everyone's gonna be too hot. Except for in that bottom layer, at least according to Dante. Ooh, you've seen spirits, Murloc? I almost called you Morlock. I would love to hear about your spirit encounters. Hi, Cabby. You like the outfit? Gracias, gracias. Mwah. Dog, like 10 different times for what humanity thought was the smallest part of our known existence. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, we are constantly finding out that what we quote unquote knew is wrong. So, even if something seems undeniable, there's always a chance that it really is deniable. Time for some more yapping, ladies and gentlemen. Yap, yap, yap. I know. I'm certified yapper negative. I hope you guys enjoy it, though. Like, I assume that's why you guys are here, is you enjoy the yapping. I like to talk about things that you guys are interested in, too. I like to have deep discussions with all of you. Hi, Plumpy. Grimace Astral. Yeah. Do you like it? Here, for those of you who haven't seen, let me take a step back here. Yeah. What do you think? I really like it. I like midriff showing. I want to have more outfits for my avatar that show off the midriff. I haven't really used the dress version of this as much recently. Here, let me pull that out. Here, let's see. The dress is really cute, though. You know what? Let's go ahead and we'll be in dress form this time. Not that you're seeing much down there. I've mostly been up here for this stream. Reinforcing an action by providing some sort of result for the action. Yeah, I think that's positive reinforcement. Lingy, head pats, of course. Yeah, we all knew it was coming. I'm surprised it took you so long. Although maybe it took so long because it took me so long to get to your redeem. Halo, no worries. I'm really enjoying your stream as always. Aww. Thank you, Halo. Hi, Eova, if you're still here. I believe true wisdom is acknowledging that you don't know anything. I agree. but I think it's also respecting high likelihoods of things. Like, you can say like, oh, we believe the sky is blue, but we don't know that it's blue. And yes, I know it can change color. It's not always blue. But bear with me. This is just an example. You can say like, oh yeah, the sky is blue, but if you're sitting there and being like, oh, you shouldn't say the sky is blue, like it might not be, like, it doesn't do any good in that moment. Like, I think wisdom is knowing when to doubt and when to believe. I think that's a big part of wisdom. Plumpy, so cute. Aw, thank you. Now I want to see art of a little red panda. Oh my gosh, Derpy, that would be so cute. If there's any artists here, please draw little red panda Athena on a big demon throne. Rainmaker, I had this discussion with someone on Twitter where they said something to the effect of being transphobia warning for y'all. Being trans is wrong because God made you perfect, and their bio said born again Christian. So my argument was, if you were made perfect, why would you have to be born again? They said it was all part of their journey, and I said, well, this is part of mine. Exactly. Like, being trans doesn't mean like you can't believe in God and stuff. Like, it doesn't invalidate the teachings. Like, God can still have made you perfectly, but the whole idea of life is going on a journey. The other thing is, like, it's like that meme where it says like you're not trans, God made you perfect, and then someone replies, do you wear shoes, Greg? Like, yeah, we are not perfect. We wear glasses, we do all sorts of stuff to make life easier for us, and transitioning can be one of those things. And our understanding of sex as well, sex as in like, male, female, not the act of. Our understanding of sex has been very, what's the word? I'm not looking for the word skewed. Very, very misinformed, because when you're doing science, you can't account for every possibility. Same is true like from a statistical standpoint. Any sort of research, we can't account for everything. And if we're going to draw conclusions, sometimes we have to lump things together. And so if you're looking at studying sex in relation to something else, it's a lot easier to do that research if you cut it into male and female, because that describes most of the population's experience. And yes, some of those people we put in male are going to be, a little different. Maybe they're going to have some slightly skewed hormonal levels. Maybe they're going to have low testosterone, but are otherwise representative of the male sex. But if we got more detailed with our groupings, then maybe that person would not be considered male anymore. Maybe we have 4 groupings instead of 2. And so we have the bulk of the previously male population still being male. But then we have people with, say, particularly low testosterone or particularly high estrogen levels. Maybe those are kept in a separate group for the sake of understanding whatever we're studying in this research. And, maybe we don't call that male anymore. We have male, and then we have, pseudo-male for the sake of whatever. We're just, thought experiment. And so for so long, research just used those two groups, completely, ignoring intersex of various degrees. Because if we start studying every little difference in relation to what we're doing, it becomes much harder to draw those conclusions. We can't draw those statistical models as confidently. And so in theory, people will sometimes, at least, transphobes, queerphobes, whatever, will make fun of the ever-growing amount of letters in the alphabet club, Like, we keep adding more to the LGBTQ, etc. That's because we keep understanding better. We keep adding things because we realize that, there's not everyone in these big groups that were easier to start with that doesn't very well define all of our experiences. And so we start narrowing down those groups. We understand this big group. Okay, we can break it down and start understanding these smaller subsets. I honestly don't remember where I was going with all of that, but there it is. I think that was all just to say that, there's never truly been only two sexes. It was just easier for us to understand and convey. We all love your yapping. Aw, thank you, Negative. Hearing you yap is the best. Aw, thank you, Selvin. You guys are so sweet. Dog, super cute outfit. I know, right? I love it. I love it so much. But Christianity doesn't believe in rebirth, if I recall. So I'm confused. It's not like a literal rebirth, more of a metaphorical rebirth. Maybe some sect of it does believe in rebirth, but yeah, if he was made in the eye of God, he wouldn't have been reborn again if he was perfect the first time. I think God made you to be whatever you're supposed to be and doesn't cast judgment on others. That's what I would, like, if I subscribed to the idea of a God, that's like, aside from just being the universe. But if I subscribed to a sapient, I guess is the best way to describe it, God, I would think that it would be something that wouldn't judge, or at least I'd want it to be. Christianity as a whole really contradicts itself. I think most religions do. And even philosophical beliefs can sometimes be a bit contradictory. But yeah, religions do have a lot of stuff that, you kind of just ignore a certain part for the sake of avoiding cognitive dissonance. My streamer can't be this cute. Oh my gosh, Selvin, that is so sweet. You're so adorable. Little red panda on a big demon throne, bet. Oh my gosh. Hi, Reborn. It's good to see you still here. I Honestly, if you do that, please, please post it. I want to see it. Can't cast judgment on someone he made. I guess, well, artists judge their own work. It's confused. No, it is a lot to wrap your head around. Wow, I cannot talk. It's a lot to wrap your head around. Hi, tired. Oh my gosh, I remember seeing you follow, but I don't remember if I actually thanked you. I was in the middle of rambling, if I recall. If you're still here, hello, tired. Hello, I'm sorry. I'm so behind on chat. But I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day, and I hope you're enjoying this stream. A Merry Christmas. I don't know how the topic went to sex, but it's fine, lol. What's up? Yeah, we like to talk about some stuff here. We're just having some cozy, deep discussions. Hi, W. Is this biology class? I mean, Selvin can probably talk about biology way better than I can. I'm just a single brain-celled cat girl on the internet. What do I know? Futanari is kind of like somewhere in between, in Europe. IMO is emo. Is that something other than, in my opinion, and traps? So we're gonna talk about that for a little bit, actually. I don't know, tired, if you're still here or not, but we're gonna talk about this. So traps, the word trap, and once again, trigger warning for any of you who are, uncomfortable with that stuff, but I think we should be able to talk about things. The word trap is very often considered derogatory, at least when used for trans people. Me personally, I don't mind it if it's used in other cases. There's some people who don't want to hear it at all. But like, I have met some people, like I've met a couple femboys who don't mind being called a trap because they actually do like, they like showing themselves as women, and being able to say, nah, I'm actually a guy. So there are people who, kind of go that route. But if you're using it to describe a trans person, particularly a trans girl, I don't think it gets used as often for trans guys, but, correct me if anyone has had a different experience. But in any case, it's best to avoid it in queer settings, tired. Because a lot of people are going to be bothered by it. The reason we shouldn't use it for trans people is because they're not trying to trick you. They're not trying to trap you. They're just being themselves. With futanaris, I'm going to need a lot of help with this one because I do not know a lot about it. Futanari have both genitals, right? Am I correct in that? Or are they just women with masculine genitalia? I need some help with that one because I don't know as much about it. Regardless, there's a small subset of trans people who are okay with it, and some people actually don't mind that stuff. They don't get as dysphoric about it. But most of the time, I think it's going to be seen as offensive for a lot of trans people. Hi, Tony. It's good to see you. But yeah, any of y'all can chime in on this if you want. I am not as knowledgeable in that realm. Toast, this isn't speaking for every Christian I've met, but some of them have been very judgmental of my choices and whatnot. just most of them are very judgmental of what other people are doing with their lives. And that kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier, remember? Because I don't know if it's all sects, S-E-C-T, all sects of Christianity in particular, but I know for some, like Jehovah's Witnesses, it is very much ingrained in their beliefs that they have to go save people from this eternal damnation. They have to convert people. And I think that is a common thread throughout Christianity. It's just more severe in some sects than others. And it becomes a huge problem. How do you convince them not to interfere in others' lives when they think that's, their godly duty, when they think they're genuinely saving people? Like, if you know that someone's gonna run over a cliff, shouldn't you run and try to stop them? That's how do you convince that person not to stop someone from running off a cliff? It's difficult. And that's where, it's just got to be them. It's got to be they have to show tolerance. They have to respect that even if we do find that eternal damnation, it's our choice to do so. If they want to educate, if they want to discuss, that's fine. But if someone doesn't want to hear it, you can't force them to. Tired. Really wouldn't be a big deal to allow more shades in than black and... Oh, yeah, with the different groupings. Yeah. It's just for the sake of, I studied statistics in school. It wasn't my major. Psychology was my major, but I did minor in statistics, and I've always kind of enjoyed it. And so in studying and, doing my coursework, we had to make statistical models. Whether they were, prediction models or just representing data we already had. And the more variables you have in your model, the messier it gets. So there are definitely times where you will go for, let's say, we do decide to go with just the two. We go with the two split. We go male and female for the sake of our research and the sake of our prediction model. We're still going to acknowledge that, at least a good researcher is. We're going to acknowledge the limitations of that model. We're going to say, hey, so we split our data into these two groups, but there were certain instances in here in our sample where they didn't fully reflect the two groups. And more research should be done on this later. You acknowledge the limitations of your study. That's just scientifically responsible. But if there's someone with an ulterior motive backing this research, that's when things get kind of scary, because they won't necessarily acknowledge those limitations. They may just have the two groupings, male and female, and not acknowledge that some of these instances might not have reflected completely. They might even just dismiss those entries in the sample. They might dismiss them completely if they don't fit into those two groups and not acknowledge that at all. A lot of people are very, what's the word? Are very skeptical of statistics. And they're right to be. You should be skeptical of statistics. You should research in general. You should always look at sources. You should critically read it. You should consider, okay, who is funding this research? Okay, how long ago was this study made? Any of you who went to college for any sort of scientific degree, you know how to critically analyze a source. And it's gonna vary. It's gonna vary by what you're doing. Like, you know, a biological study from 2001 is gonna hold considerably less weight than, say, a historical analysis from 2001. Scientific research ages a lot worse than some other things. So if you're, depending on what you're doing, maybe you're not doing science, so you don't concern yourself with the dates. But if you've gone for a scientific degree, you know how to critically analyze those sources. And that's what we should do with statistics. We should look at sample sizes, because if it's a sample size of 5 with a population of thousands, that's not going to be something that we can use with much faith. It's not a very reliable model that we're going to form from that. With statistics, we want high sample sizes, and if they have a confidence level, the higher confidence, the better. The problem is, the higher confidence, the less certain, the more vague the model is. We won't get too far into that stuff, though. It's been a long time since I did statistics. Gosh, you guys, college was... I've been out of college for over 10 years. I might be a little old. See, I graduated college in 2012. So it's been like 13 years. Dang. Time really flies, doesn't it? Let me catch up here. I keep getting distracted, you guys. Hi, Goji. How are you doing? I'm sorry it took me so long. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. Ditto. Before modern history, we had more than just 2 genders. It was only in the 1930s or so that we started using just male and female. Yeah, and different cultures as well. Like the eunuchs in India. I'm pretty sure I've used this example before, but the eunuchs in India were definitely seen as a third gender. And we've had, that's the one I'm thinking of off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure we've had some like tribal communities, like, Amazonian or island or whatever, that have displayed more than 2 genders as well. I think probably, this is just my supposition, but if it did start being more the 2 gender thing in the 1930s, it may have been with science kind of taking off, and again, it would have been like, splitting them in to groups for the sake of research. I could be wrong about that, though. I just want to acknowledge how insane it is that you called me Rainmaker, not Rain. I do that sometimes. I don't remember the exact instance you're talking about, but I do that. I do that. It's just because like I don't always think about like who it is, and I just read off the name, you know? And then like by the time I'm like halfway through the name, I'm like, oh wait, it's this person. So yeah, it happens sometimes. Yeah, just lurking as you're doing artwork. Aw, thanks for the lurk, Reborn. Mwah. Ditto. I love these conversations, but my typing skills are so god awful at keeping up with what I want to talk about. So I'm sitting here like, well, don't worry, don't worry. I'm gonna be behind anyway. So, like, you know, take your time. Take your time with typing. And I don't mind going back to something we talked about. Like, if we were talking about something 20 minutes ago and you guys you know, chime in on that, I'm totally cool with that. Goji, interesting time to enter stream. First thing I hear is sex. Yeah, we've been talking about a lot of like sex and gender type of stuff today. We started talking about Santa, and I don't know how it moved on to this. Hi W, thank you for, oh wait, I already said hi to you. Hi again. Thank you so much for the stream streak. 3 streams. Mwah. Peace is very powerful, needing to understand violence and anger, and it is very dangerous and very powerful, powerful enough to destroy friendships. I don't fully understand all of that, but I think I kind of get a gist. Otokonoko. Aren't Warby, aren't the Otokonokos, those are the guys who just like to be, they like to present feminine, but they're still guys, right? I think there was a webtoon that I liked that used that. Like, they're not quite the same as, I guess the closest thing for us in Western culture would be a femboy, but I don't think they're quite the same. Futa have both? Okay. I thought so, but I wasn't sure. How on earth did we get on this topic? Yeah, we've been talking about a lot of stuff today, Goji. Gonna hop on VR for a bit? Okay, you're probably gone, but if you're still here, thank you, super. Thank you for being here. Meat Puff, that is such a silly name. Okay, if you're willing to, I gotta know how you came up with that name. No pressure though, no pressure. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate the follow. I've thought of that as more as a kink thing, to be honest. And that's the way it's mostly used, is in kinks. Shark. Toast. Sorry. It is mostly used in kinks. Like, that's where we see it mostly, I mean. Definition of futa, from what I remember, is to have both, so they would be a hermaphrodite. And hermaphrodite, if I recall, is no longer considered PC. Like, I don't think it's used in science anymore either. I think they have different terminology for it. We were talking about religion and beliefs. Yeah, we were talking about that, and then I think it was Tired's comment kind of shifted gears for us, and we started talking about sex and gender. Hi Lupito, hi Sasa. It's good to see you both. Oh no, Selvin, you're scared of statistics? A lot of people are. When I was in school, there were 2 types of people who were in the statistic classes for the most part. One of them were the math majors who were forced to take statistic classes, and they did not like statistics because it wasn't mathy enough for them. There was too much gray, too much interpretation. And then the other major group was like the psychology students. And, there's other people who had to take statistics as well, like different science majors and stuff. But the psychology students had to take a considerable amount of statistics. Well, I think it was like 2 or 3 classes. And so they didn't like statistics because it was too mathy. They didn't want to do the math. I don't like the math part as much. Most of it is just plugging in the right formula you need. But I liked the interpretation. And if you know how to interpret statistics, they become a lot less scary. If you know to look for like higher sample size, and that means it's more credible, that makes you less afraid. If you know to look at like the graph, let's say, and if you see, do I have a pen? I don't think I have a pen on this. Are there pens anywhere? You guys stay right here. I'm going to see if there's a pen. There we go. There we go. All right. So if you guys are looking at a graph and it has a regression model that goes like this, that's a very nice model. That's like super linear. That's amazing. We love that model. But if you look at the data and we have them all clustered around here, and then maybe it's up like this, and then we have like, I don't know, we have like just a couple over here. It's not really reflecting the data, is it? We have kind of a shape like that. And yes, I know we're maybe should have shaped some different considering what we've been talking about. But like this is going to give us some information. It's going to be able to help us predict some things, but it's going to be a lot more helpful for this area than this area. And if you know that, you can feel more confident in understanding what that means, and the statistics become less scary. That's there's way more to it than that. That was just a very quick example, but yeah, statistics really are not that scary. Statistics in and of themselves are kind of fun. At least for me, I like interpreting them. But yeah, the way that people can use them is very scary. People will definitely lie with statistics. And I think everyone should take at least an introductory statistics course, because it's so critical in so many what's the word? Like work areas, disciplines, I guess. It's such a critical thing to understand. Even for the lay person, if you don't do any research in your work life, you still encounter it in the information presented to you by scientists, by politicians, by all sorts of seats of authority. And if you don't know how to interpret them, it becomes very easy for them to lie to you, or for you to miss important information because you don't trust it. But yeah, jokes aside, I agree with what you're saying. Yeah. Hi, Schmo. Thank you for the hug, Lupito. I'm glad you guys are enjoying yapping with me. This has been a really fun stream so far. 2012. Oh my gosh, don't say that, Athena. Don't say you were 12 when I was graduating college. What the heck? Hi, Scuba. It's good to see you. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Derpy. I have not hydrated in a while. Let's get a hydrate. Let's get a breathe, redeem, and a stretch. Get that candy cane out of your mouth before you choke. No, it's fine. That would be something I do, though. Also, hi, Bamboozleman. If you're still here, I'm sorry it took me so long to get to you. All right, you guys. Let's put you right here. If you haven't gotten up for a while, do some stretches. Oh, am I gonna be okay? Should I be? Okay, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. I don't think I'll flash you. Never give up. Try and try again. Motivate yourself and don't give up. God will help you along the way. That's what a lot of us like to believe. That's one of the appeals of religion. I like to believe more in the people around me. Statistically, Astral is a sweetie. Oh, hi, Psycho. It feels weird calling the person who just... Oh my gosh, I almost lost my balance. It feels weird calling the person who just called me a sweetie Psycho. How did we have this? There we go. I really like this view with the tree and the fireplace. Welcome in. It's good to see you, Psycho. I am still a long way away from getting to the bottom of chat, though, so sorry. Goji, speaking of art, I have yet to start working on your Corvette model because you're not exactly prepared, like you need a table. Yeah, it's very hard, especially if it's going to be a multi-day process. It's so hard to do it if you don't have a dedicated workspace. Got you in the background. Aww. I'm glad. Super. Meat Puff. Long story. I'm sorry it took me so long to get to it. I'm so behind, you guys. Long story. Basically, short story is you got it after you left a certain community. Oh, interesting. Well, if you want to tell the long story, I love learning about people, so I am totally willing to listen. If you don't want to, though, that's totally fine, too. Posture check. Back straight, shoulders back, boobs out. We may not know anything, but we know nothing with confidence. Just call us friends of Jon Snow. The only god I believe in is meat puffs. Okay, so what exactly is a meat puff? Because I'm picturing something like an airy meatball. I'm picturing like a meatball, but it's like hollowed out. Hi, Jelly. It's good to see you. We've just been talking about some philosophical, religious, gender stuff, statistical stuff. We've been talking about a lot of things. It's been a really good stream. Very educational, I hope. But yeah, right now I'm trying to catch up on chat a little bit before we get back into deep conversation. Hi, Jarvie. Astral looking for a vape pen, drugs and alcohol. Oh, you're looking for a vape pen? Oh, Jarvie. Weren't you trying to quit, or was I thinking of someone else? I know a few people who want to quit, so I could definitely be mistaking you. Can I be the third thing? Oh my gosh, real smooth, Langy, real smooth. Looks like a battleship from space. Oh, the the little graph I did. It did kind of look like a battleship. You are making it look more and more like a penis by the side. I know. I wasn't thinking about it, and then it just kind of happened. Maybe you should change the stream description to stat lesson. Nah, we were just talking about it for a little bit, Bamboozle. We've been going on a bunch of different topics today. It was originally planned to just be ASMR. That did not happen. I mean, I've been doing this stuff, and hopefully it's been relaxing with the music and everything. Honestly, I haven't been listening to the music too much because it's quiet, and I've just been so focused on the conversation. Hi, Slayton. It's good to see you. Even if you only love me 8%, that's okay. Mwah. Oh my gosh. Hi, Sophia. How are you doing? I'm sorry it took me a while to get to you. I predict I'm a human cyborg. Yep. Anyways, hi. How are you doing, Sophia? How are you doing? They grow up so fast. Aww. Astral, I hate to break it to you, but in 2012 I was just 10. Oh my gosh. I am I am curious. I am curious what y'all's ages are. Like I know some of you, and I kind of have a general idea for a lot of you. Um but like I wonder what the like basically I want to know the demographic information for my viewers. I think that would be very interesting. I'm a nerd like that. I told you guys I think statistics is fun. I love looking at data and interpreting it. It's just a blast. Don't tell me she's. I have been behind this whole stream, Sasa. It's been rough. It's been rough. I've gone on a lot of tangents. But we're moving forward. We're catching up. Just finished middle school when I graduated. Oh no. Hi, Jam. How are you doing? So, like this cute but cute but psycho. That I really like that song, you guys. What is it? Who does it? I think it's called like Sweet But a Psycho or something. I, I I think the artist has an M in her name, but I don't remember. I'm blanking. Posture check, of course. Back straight, shoulders back, boobs out. We are so confident, you guys. We are so confident. We hold our heads and our boobs high. I see no deviation in that sentence. I would even say it's pretty much a 100% guarantee. It's a perfect linear graph. As astral increases, so does cuteness. More astrals equal more cute. Hi, Fluff. It's good to see you. How are you doing today? Sorry it took me a long time. I'm apologizing to everyone. There's so many people. It's irony. I love being nice and kind to people. And they're like, wait, Psycho? Okay. How did you come across that name, Psycho? What made you decide to do that? Hi, Pink. Oh my gosh. How are you doing? Wait, were you here earlier? I think I saw you like a lot earlier in the stream. Have you been lurking? Oh my gosh, Athena, 100% love. What the heck? Thank you. All important information turns into either pee-pee or boobas. Oh my gosh, this might be true. Chat, can we verify this? Facts and logic. Okay, my mod says facts and logic, so I guess it's true. I've been having trouble getting the camera just right ever since I moved it. In 2012, you were an infant. I mean, yeah, this is true, Toast. Like, I'm more than double your age, I think. Sophia, you're okay? Still a little sick, getting better? I'm glad you're getting better. That's, like, it's worrisome when you go days without any sort of noticeable progress. But I hope you get the rest of the way better real soon, Sophia. Mwah. Fluff and I are 56 combined. According to Spotify, you're 58. According to Spotify, I'm 71. Old enough not to not get asked for ID. I don't drink, so, it doesn't really concern me. Oh my gosh, Psycho, you're the ancient one? Ooh, I'm curious how old you are. Will you tell us? It's okay if you don't want to. Fluff is only 5 years old. What age would you give me? Selvin, I think I saw your Discord bio. I think it said you're like 29 or something. I could be wrong though. Maybe it was 24. 24 or 29. That's my guess for you, Selvin. I forgot I had Spotify and so missed out on the oh no. You're 46, Goji. If we add you, then we're 57. Jarvie, you guys are dorks. Ava Max, yes, that was it. Thank you guys. I love that song, Sweet But Psycho. Psycho Mantis. All right, did we talk about too much smart people stuff? Are your guys' brains fried? Is that why we're getting all this other stuff? Just like how everything evolves into crab in the end, every astral discussion turns into boobas. That is so interesting how crustaceans and like the crab traits in particular are so just well suited for survival. It reminds me of, I don't know, how many of you have read The Time Machine, H.G. Wells? I read it a long time ago, so I don't remember super well. But I remember, spoilers for Time Machine, I guess, if you care about spoilers for this almost century-old book, I think. Like, there's a part at the end where he goes way far into the future with the time machine, and it was such, like, the mental image I conjured for it has stuck with me for so long. Like, it might not all be accurate to what it actually says in there, but my memory of it is that it was on a beach, and like the sun was like red or something, and there were these giant crab-like creatures walking around. And I think about that scene a lot, and it lines up. I don't know if it was established at the time, but if he did mention them as being crab-like, that's kind of crazy how it also turns out that those are like the pinnacle of evolution in a lot of lines. And not getting a dance partner anytime soon. Aww, That's too bad, Sasa. Poor Jarvie. Looks like it's more of a white girl wasted kind of day. Glad. In a past life, I used to play Counter-Strike competitively. I was the entry person, so I used to run into the site solo against a team of 5, and my clanmates just said I was psycho for doing it. Oh my gosh, were you really that good? Did you were successful when you did that most of the time? You're 23, Goji? Oh wait, you're 20, Selvin? I must have been thinking of someone else's bio. I was way off. I would still card Astral. She looks youthful and cute. It's only once I hear her talk that I realize how old she is. How am I supposed to take that, Rain? What the heck? Okay, how do I pronounce your name? Is it Harbinger Official, maybe? I'm probably butchering it. Oh wait, HVR Binger? Is that it? I need some help. Harbinger. Okay. Thank you for popping in. It's good to see you. And I think I saw that you followed when I was off stream, maybe? I'm getting confused. I think you followed though, so thank you for the follow. If not, I'm sorry, I'm mistaken. I'm confused. 50-50 success to failure rate? Well, I mean, it was worth it for you, I guess. You dork. I have never really been into competitive shooters. It's not really my style. I did, however, play, I liked to play some co-op online shooters. I really liked the Mass Effect multiplayer. That was so much fun. Okay, story time, you guys. This was one of my favorite moments from when I was playing Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. So, for those of you who don't know, Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, it was basically a wave mode. You fought the waves of enemies with 3 other people who were in your party. And so I was playing, we had a full group, but I think we were on like the hard difficulty maybe. I don't think it was the hardest, but I think it was just like regular hard. And I was the last survivor to the point where like after they had died, they had like dropped out. Like I was surviving, but it was a long road, and I think they got bored waiting because I couldn't revive them. And so they had just left at some point, and so it was just me trying to hold on. I was like, oh my gosh, I know I'm gonna fail, but I still have to do the best I can. I have to at least try. So I'm there. I don't remember which faction I was fighting. I think it was the Reaper faction. So it was like a bunch of husks coming at me, you know? And like I'm getting surrounded, I'm backing up, I'm in a corner, and I'm pretty much ready for it to end, like, you know, the horde's coming basically. And right when I think it's all over, 3 people joined me. They came running in behind me. It was so cinematic for me. And they like started pushing them back, and I was like, oh my gosh, you guys completely saved me. I was about to die. And I don't remember if we won that match or not, but I like to think we did. Hi, Mika. It's good to see you. Just wanted to pop in and say hi and that I'm lurking. Hi. Thanks for the lurk. I appreciate it. You're hitting the 30 mark in a few. It's rough. It's I mean, okay, I need to word that. I need to word that differently. I'm not I'm not trying to say like it's rough getting old and hitting your 30s, but like when I was when I was about to hit 30, I was very depressed. I had not started transitioning yet. I wasn't even really I was out to my family, I think, but not really much else. Um, and so as I approached my 30s, I was very depressed, thinking I'm running out of time. And, I just, very, very down on myself. When I hit 30, I was looking back and I'm like, wow, the 20s took forever. I cannot keep living like this for the rest of my life because with my dad's cockroach genes, like I expect to live a long time. Um and like no matter how depressed I was, even if I thought about doing, drastic things, I knew I would never do it. I was too afraid of botching it. I was too afraid of hurting my family. Um, I knew I was never going to do that stuff. So I knew I was just going to I had just decided, oh, I'm going to go through the motions for the rest of my life. And so hitting 30, it really got me thinking, I can't do this the rest of my life. 10 years of this was so long. Well, 10 plus years, but it was like 10 years of me just not doing anything and resigning myself to going through the motions. But the 30s is where I really feel like I started living. I truly became an adult in my 30s, and I am happier than I've ever been. So don't stress about hitting your 30s. 30 is the new 20. Let me catch up here. Warby, on internet, you can be any age above 18 not to get banned. Exactly. And on Twitch, you gotta be above 13. Selvin, no problem, Astral. I find quite funny when people think I'm older. It's complimenting, right? Like, it's nice for people to think you're older mentally because it means you're mature and everything. But when people see me, I'd prefer they think I'm younger. I actually get it where people think I'm younger just based on how I act and stuff. I get a lot of people surprised that I'm 35, which I guess means that I'm not very mature. Hi, Montana. I haven't seen you for a while. How are you doing? Can be my bait any time of day. Hope you're ready to aggro. Oh, that's so sweet. Athena called you cute. Wait, Athena called me cute? Nah, I'm not that cute. You guys are way cuter. You guys are the cutest. What's rough with 30? No, your 30s aren't necessarily rough. I just had a rough time going into it. I got very depressed. You feel stupid old now. Oh, don't feel old, Mika. You're just wise. Chat hug for Jeffrey. Also, hi Jeffrey. It's good to see you. I love giving you guys chat hugs. guys. I really needed this stream. Thank you so much for listening to all my rambles. I haven't rambled about all that deep sort of stuff for a while. Do you still get ID'd in stores? Yes. But most of the places where I get ID'd are places where they have to scan your ID anyway, like at a retail store like Target or Walmart, you know? Like if you buy a mature rated game, they just have to scan your ID for verification. Just waiting to hit 40. The first umbrella only double tens you'll have. Wait, what do you mean double tens? People say you're younger. You do feel very young, Sasa. But I think it's in a good way. I don't think it's in an immature way. I think it's in a very innocent way. Like like some of the ways you say things and how excited you get for stuff. You just have a wonderful innocence about you that I love to be around it. Dram and I still say, when you were watching How to Train Your Dragon live action with us for movie night, at one point you said holy shoot, and we still say that because it was just so cute. I love it. Holy shoot, you guys. But yeah, you're just adorable, Sasa. Oh, the fire in the back is giving such a mood, right? Isn't it so pretty, you guys? And like, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it is making a few snaps and crackles. Maturing feels like being forced to stab yourself in the parts that feel joy in life and having to mute yourself. Aww. That's why we gotta take care of yourself. Oh, take care of ourselves. Like, I've seen people who are getting older these days. People are living longer. People are looking younger for longer. Hi, Jeffrey. Oh my gosh, that emote is so cute, Jeffrey. So good of you to pop into chat. But yeah, if you take care of yourself, you can be like really active and it doesn't have to inhibit you in your day-to-day life. It's when we don't take care of ourselves, like, you know, when we do a lot of smoking and drinking, when we don't exercise, when we eat foods that are bad for us, you know, everything in moderation, preferably except for the like smoking and drugs and stuff like that. But if you take care of yourself, aging does not have to be an awful process. And I've actually been thinking recently myself, I need to get back into some of my exercise habits. Like I'm not like getting overweight or anything by any means. I'm still very skinny. Like I just weighed myself at the doctor today and I was 154 even. That was also with clothing, shoes, all that stuff on. So like, you know, I'm around 150 at 6 feet, which is not a bad weight to be at. Problem is, I don't exercise that much these days. Like, I get my cardio in, don't get me wrong. I run around a lot at work because I'm in retail and I'm on the sales floor. And, you know, I sometimes I dance on stream, so there's that. But I don't do yoga like I used to. I don't do my ab exercises. That's what I really want to do. I want to tone my belly. I want my IRL belly to look as cute and fit as my VR chat body. Ard in the library. Interesting name. Thank you. Thank you so much for the raid. What were you streaming? How did your stream go? Oh my gosh. Fluffy Bunny Bro, were you two streaming together? Hello, hello. Thank you. Thank you so much for the double raid. What were you guys playing? What were you guys playing? Did you have a good stream? We're just kind of talking. Actually, right now, we were talking about how I want my belly to be more attractive IRL. But we've been talking about all sorts of stuff today. We're just, getting those cozy vibes. We're talking about philosophy. We're talking about statistics. All sorts of things. Everything's fair game. Right now, we're kind of talking about aging. Halo, we have so much in common. Oh, really? Really? Which part? Which part? So hard to find it, but going back like ages ago, a friend... Aw, Derpy. Of course you had to throw the gritty goose in there. Thank you for the sub, Derpy. I really appreciate it. Oh, and for the raiders, I'm a little bit behind on chat. Let me speed up. Oh, head pats for Langy? Of course, of course. Wait, Scuba, you guys get ID'd for Monster? I mean, I've never bought a Monster, so I don't know. But I don't think we get ID'd here. You can hear the fire crackling? Perfect. I want to go to your movie night, Jarvie. It just depends on timing. Oh, thank you for the breathe. Thank you for the breathe. I get talking too fast sometimes and then I run out of breath. So chat needs to remind me to breathe sometimes. I hope I at least live to 95 so I can see the next century and look back at everything. Well, I mean, if you're going for 95, why not just go for 100? Like, if I got that close, I'd be like, all right, let's go for 100. Unless I was like just miserable, If I'm just like sitting there in a chair barely hanging on, I'd probably be like, just let me die. Eat more? I eat quite a bit. I have a very healthy appetite. I just need to exercise. I need to exercise more. Aw, Ard, thank you. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I'm getting close. I see your raids now. Hi, Fluffy. Let's see. Did you guys say what you were playing? Someone asked for a gritty goose. Oh, why am I replying to a dog? Yeah, what were you guys playing? What were you up to, you guys? Fluffy and Ard. Did you have a good stream? Were you streaming together? I assume you were streaming together. Thanks for getting the shout out for Fluffy as well. I like saying your name. It's fun. Maybe I can reach 100 if my great-grandma's genes show some effect. Oh my gosh, is your great-grandma a cockroach like my dad's side of the family? My grandpa on my dad's side died recently after a fire. But he was really old, and he was a crotchety farm guy who he didn't want to go to the doctor or do any of that stuff. He didn't take care of himself as good as he should have, and yet he still lived way old. Watching VR dancers motivates me to get back in shape. I get so jealous of VR dancers. Like, I swear, every time I watch Eno, you guys, I get so jealous of how well she dances. I need to, like, all I can do is, my wiggles. That's all I can do. Even Jen. Jen is such an adorable dancer. I love watching Jen dance. But yeah, there's a lot of good dancers on VR chat. Ard, you were doing VR chat test. Oh, you were just testing it out. So is Fluffy a more experienced streamer and you were just trying for the first time? But how'd it go? Was it a good test? You get everything all figured out, Ard? Lover Morgan, hello, and hello, Hayes. Here is your chat hug. I love, love, love giving you guys hugs. All your grandparents hit their... Why can't I open my eyes? There we go. All your grandparents hit their mid to late 90s? Wow, I'm expecting you to live a long time, Jarvie. I'm going to be seeing you as long as I'm streaming. Oh, yeah, we do have a Discord. If you guys are interested, join the Discord. Also, make sure you all get your nice list redeems. We're giving away Steam gift cards later in the month. But you gotta be a follower and you gotta be a part of the Discord. And then, we have a raffle based, and as many redeems as you've done, that's how many entries you get into the raffle. We're gonna give away 2 $50 cards and 3 $20 cards. Astral abandoning me after streaming. Oh my gosh. I mean, I fully expect to be streaming till I die. We'll see if that actually, if that's how it works out, but I've gotten used to you guys. I kind of love ya. So I have no intentions on leaving anytime soon. Sometimes it does get a little overwhelming. Like, I can't deny that. Sometimes it feels like it's just too much to stream. Feels like I have too much on my plate. But then, like, even today, I was kind of like, I had my doctor's appointment, and then I was kind of like, I kind of just want to, like, not stream today. Maybe I should just call it off. But I was like, nah, it's just going to be a cozy stream. We'll be fine. And then, like, we get this, and you guys, just seeing you guys and talking with you guys, it lightens my mood. Ard, you were teaching her how the camera works. Oh, okay. That's awesome. That's so nice of you. I'm glad you were helping your friend out. Montana, you're a bit on the tired side today. Oh, did you stay up too late? Or should take a nap? Hi, Abby. How are you doing? It's good to see you. You're in the server now? Aw, thanks for popping in, Morgan. Sorry, I'm just catching up on chat here. Senberger. I think I pronounced it right. Hello, welcome. So good of you to join. I'm glad you're enjoying the vibe, or, maybe you just want the Steam card. That's okay too. As long as you're enjoying yourself while you're here. Grandma Astral? No, I'm not a grandma. What the heck? I'm not that old. Want a beautiful white trans woman to hug this Christmas? I guess the sentiment is really cute. I do give you guys a lot of hugs. Astral, if you don't die on camera, what's even... Okay. I promise you guys, like, on my deathbed, I'll be like, get the camera. We're gonna do a face reveal. I know I'm dying. We're gonna face reveal. That'll be me on my deathbed, okay, guys? Although, have you guys seen, I watched a video a while back kind of about like what it looks like when you die naturally, and it's kind of terrifying. Like, if you're just dying naturally, like the people in hospice care and stuff, it'll straight up look like they're dead. Like they will go a long period without breathing, and you'll think, well, that's it. And then all of a sudden, it's just... And, oh my gosh, like, watching some of that footage, it's horrendous. I kind of don't want to die naturally. You want that to be you? Oh my gosh, Jarvie. Why are you watching people? I don't remember how I came across it. I think it was just a recommended video. And it's from this nurse who posts on YouTube. I don't remember the name. It was a while back. And so she was doing a video about what to expect from all that stuff, because a lot of people, when they see their family members dying naturally, it's scary, and it's not something we talk about. We need to be able to talk about death. Morgan, as a fellow transgender person, how did you get your voice so well? I just played with it, and I do still have issues with my voice, things I want to change, but the key to it is play with your voice. See what your voice can do, and when you make sounds that sound like the right direction you want to go, explore that. That's really what it comes down to a lot of times. Watch different videos on YouTube. Some of them will give you good exercises to kind of expand your range. Just keep trying stuff. But if it hurts, don't do it. It should not hurt. I need a drink real quick. Where's my water? I am so lost. This is an interesting song. I kind of like it. It's kind of cute. Scuba, you on your deathbed? I left a chest containing millions of dollars in one location. The location is dies. Oh, you would, Scuba. When you die naturally, don't you just sort of like pass away and that's it? I mean, the moment of, yes. But leading up to it, your body does not fail all at once. It starts shutting down before the moment happens. Like, and you know, of course this also depends like age and other conditions and stuff, but like the people who are in hospice care and stuff, as they start going, they'll do these different things. I encourage you to look it up. It's very fascinating, and I think everyone should be prepared to see it if you have family members that go through that stuff. But yeah, one of the things that really horrified me was that breathing thing, where it's very long between breaths, and they will also, like, you'll see them have a death grip on things sometimes. Like they'll be on the bed and they will just grip the sheets. A lot of them, I don't remember what it's called, but they'll get very uncomfortable with like sheets or like clothing, it starts to irritate them and they start pulling at it and stuff. It's very, very fascinating. Like I said, I encourage you guys, look it up. Keep in mind that it is it's very intense. It's very intense to look at. Definitely something we should all be prepared for, though. It'll be funny to freak out the younglings. Oh my gosh. Kinda rather want to go out sliding off a cliff with a motorcycle than like 88-year-old in hospice barely living. And that's why we need to take care of ourselves too. Because like if you take care of yourself really well, hopefully it'll just be like in your sleep one day. Hi, Ren. It's good to see you. How are you doing? You're struggling with voice training? It's hard. It's hard. Is it the dysphoria that's tripping you up? You're gonna sound silly. Like, you gotta sound silly to explore your voice. And it's very uncomfortable to listen to recordings, but you get used to it, believe me. You kind of just gotta tough it out through that awkward bit. If you don't have it already, what is the app called? I don't think I have my phone in here. Rain, are you here? What is the app that I told you to look at for voice stuff? It was like, it's some sort of trans voice app, I think. But it helps you measure, like, what range you're at with voices and stuff. If I'm dying, I want it to be on my own terms. Ain't no natural causes gonna off me like that. I admire the spirit, Selvin. What's up, chicken nugget? Oh my gosh, am I the chicken nugget? I don't want to be a chicken nugget. We're just talking about stuff. You might wait until after winter because sinus headaches have been... Ooh, that sounds rough. That sounds rough. It doesn't have to be anything too intense either, though, Morgan. It can just be like when you're just, sitting alone, doing nothing, or maybe reading a book. Try reading it out loud in some silly voices. Just see what your voice can do. You might surprise yourself. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movie. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention, Selvin. I hope I die in a way that makes people say, yeah, that makes sense. Oh my gosh, I believe you will. I believe you will, Rain. Ard, voice training to feminize your voice. I sleep. Voice training to funny D&D voices. Right? And for some people, it's easier to have that excuse. Voice training, haven't done much since 10 whole days. Like 10 whole days ago was the last time you did some voice training. Mine was very sporadic. Like, I would be very, very committed for like a few days, practicing exercises every day, and then I would go long periods of time without doing anything. Everyone's journey is different, Dysphoria and your vocal cords aren't that good? Oh, that's rough. I'm sorry. The dysphoria is really hard to get through, but you can do it. I believe in you. Actually, I haven't done voice training at all now. What the heck, Sasa? At this point, that candy cane has to be a shank. Maybe. I gotta keep myself protected in case any of you decide to rebel. Any mute union saboteurs try to get the better of me. Langy sounds silly, so no worries. Aw. Been using a voice mod. I thought about actually using a voice mod for streaming. I originally thought that maybe I'd be a mute. Those of you who have been around a while know that I originally planned on being a mute, like before I actually started streaming. And leading up to it, I was really worried about my voice on stream. And I did consider doing like speech to text, speech to text to speech, I guess. Sort of stuff. I considered AI voices, all that stuff. In the end, I just wanted to be more genuine with you guys. Not that it's bad to do like voice mods and stuff. It just wasn't how I wanted to be seen on stream. And if me getting on stream and being my admittedly very flawed self helps, encourage others to be comfortable with their selves as well, that's even better, Like, I love that me talking on camera, even if it's not like a perfect voice, I love that it can help others feel more confident doing the same. To sound like a girl on games and Discord. Yeah, I've definitely looked into it. Voice tools. Yeah, I think that's the one, Rain. It's just called Trans Voice. Think she's making it for you, like to kill you or to give you, Bamboozleman. Could be either. I want to go out by falling into a giant industrial. That sounds like an awful way to go, Rain. Why would you want to fall into a giant industrial fan? As an extreme metal. Oh, wait. You should prepare your own candy cane shank just in case. Alright, candy cane shanks all around. If you don't like peppermint, oh well, I guess you're unarmed. I haven't had a candy cane yet this year, you guys. I might have to buy some. Dram doesn't like mint. As an extreme metal vocalist, I also need to train my voice since we use the muscles above the vocal cords. I can confirm that weird sounds are normal. Also, honey and lemon are god tier for soothing the throat. Yeah. Make sure, like if you start to hurt your throat, make sure you soothe it and rest it. Don't push it too hard. I'll just break a cider bottle. I ain't going down easy. I mean, if it's a fight between the two of us, I don't think you're going down at all. Like, I can be scrappy, but like I don't think it's gonna fare too well. Going to be the reason why HR is obligated to show a specific safety video. Don't say that, Langy. You're just gonna encourage Rain. That sounds like that would be Rain's legacy. She would love to be known for being that person. You don't know why, but you just couldn't find the energy to even try since. Oh, I'm sorry, Sasa. I know what you mean, though. It's okay. Sometimes we lose motivation a bit, and especially like right now with the holiday season, a lot of us have so many things going on. So don't be upset about taking some time. Like, give yourself a break. You'll get back to it when you're ready. Oh, you used to use STTS, Abby? How'd you like it? Rain, your voice training is going pretty well, actually. You've done a few progress recordings and there's some good changes. It still sounds like a fake voice. That's one of the hard things for a lot of people to overcome. And once you get resonance going, I think it helps a lot. You're getting a good baseline for pitch and resonance. That's awesome. That's awesome. One day I'll get to hear your voice, Rain. Glad you didn't decide to become a mute. Your voice is one of the best parts of your stream. Aw, Derpy. That's so sweet. Thank you. Truth is, I was a pretty bad mute anyway. I'm better at being a mute now, though. I still like to go in mute mode every now and then. You're not a metal vocalist, you're a cat girl, silly. Yeah, Scuba the cat girl. That'd be so cute. Montana, your voice has taken years to get as good as it is now. It does take a lot of time. I mean, some people, I get so jealous because sometimes I'll see like guys on YouTube who are really good at doing a femme voice and they just use it to like troll people online. And you know, it can be funny, but I cannot watch those videos because I just get so jealous of them. Hi, Zombie. How are you doing? It's good to see you. How's your day been? Are you, oh, you got like 2 days until you're back home, right? Or back in South Africa? You're soothing your throat right now? Oh, I hope it feels nice and soothed real soon, Jarvie. Oh no, was that a sus thing to say? Sorry, off topic. So we were given a big thing of chili from the Christmas party, and I just tried it for the first time, and it's really weird. It's not spicy at all. It's actually sweet. Like, what kind of sweet? Like, do you... I thought I heard something. Like, in the game. It was really weird. Anyway, like what kind of sweet was it like, Derpy? Cuz I think I prefer a more savory, not spicy chili, but I think I could get behind a sweet chili. It was annoying. I bet, Abby. Those things can be can be very finicky. Could never understand. Oh no. Almost forgot you do know what I said. Wait, do I? Do I Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I do, Montana. You've been in the VCs with us. Not sure what to think about it. You're liking it though? I think yeah, it might be one of those things where you have to wait, like you gotta like give it a day or something and see what you think about it next time. And Dram is breaking into the house. Oh no, Dram's coming in. You get jealous of Langy on the daily. I wish I can spin and hop as well as... Oh my gosh, Langy. Langy, you spin and hop with great grace? Ghost sounds? Oh my gosh, it is not Toby. It's not... Toby's not here. Oh my gosh, hi Bear. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you here for a while. How you doing? It's sweet and savory, no spice. It's almost more sweet than savory. Huh, that is really weird. I wouldn't expect the sweet to overpower the savory. Well, you guys, we are about 30 minutes over time. So I think it's time for us to end here. Does it have anything to do with the shadowy figure standing in the window behind you? Can't scare me, Rain. You're good? Hope you're well. I am. I'm doing good. We've had a wonderful stream. I've been very busy recently, but hopefully that's kind of winding down and I can just enjoy the holidays, you know? Let's figure out who we're gonna raid. Let's see. Twitch says we have about 40 viewers. We're doing pretty good, you guys. All right, let's see. We can give a good raid with that number. But let's see who is on. Oh, we could raid Luna, we could raid Midi. We could return the favor to Bloodstained. I was kind of thinking we'd go to a chatting or VR chat stream though. So maybe we wait until Bloodstained is doing a VR chat stream sometime. Yeah, I think we're gonna raid Midi. Actually, Midi's doing. Yeah, let's raid Midi. It's really hard to decide between Luna and Midi. Oh, wait, let me make sure that Midi isn't about to end or anything. If it'll load. Come on. Okay. She is... Oh my god. They're doing... Okay, she's doing Pokemon Smash or Pass, so that's what we're going into, you guys. Alright. But she should not be ending anytime soon. Oh no. Mew, you just got here. What the heck? You're late. Midi once crawled around with me on the beaches of Normandy. Oh, well, you're gonna get to catch up with her. Okay, slash raid Midi EXO. Oh, you were being a hobo on stream? What were you playing? Mew? Can we give a shout out to Mew? I thought I had you on auto shout. Oh, yeah, I do. Okay, we got it. We got the shout out. All right, you guys, go have lots of fun with Midi doing Poke Smash or Pass. I will see you all on no stream tomorrow. I will see you all on Wednesday. We're gonna get back into Bounty Hunter. We haven't played for a couple weeks, so it's gonna be rough, I imagine. So we'll do Bounty Hunter on Wednesday. We'll do Silent Hill F on Friday, and then we'll be back to VR chat next week on Sunday. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Eat good food, drink lots of water, be good to yourselves and each other. And I will see you next time. Bye, everyone. Love ya.